Alright, Shalom. Call y'all, but Shalom to the lit. In this video, I just want to go in on how people still seek answers when the answers are literally right in front of us. And a lot of people, they have a book, but they don't read it. They don't dust it off, and if they read it, they don't read it in the proper. They don't read it in the proper manner, so to speak. So this one particular day, I was just posting little random stuff online. Sometimes I use a little guile to get people to look themselves, basically, to go research. So I just throw a little certain stuff out on the comic boards. I was looking at this artist channel. He had a guy on there who was interviewing, and it was basically talking about voodoo. So he's sacrificing goats and chickens and stuff like that. Now, that stuff is actually real. Like, it's not fake. It's not no gimmick or nothing like that. It's just some little made up stuff that people think don't really be working. It actually works, but it's left-handed. It's left-handed work. It's not righteous work. And you have a lot of people that tap into that. And then you have those who not really sure and they kind of want to tap into it because they see other people do it. So that's what inspired me mainly to post what I posted. So I basically just put Moses wasn't using no voodoo when he went up against the Magi of Egypt. And he was a brown-skinned man from the tribe of Levi, which are known today as the Haitians. That's why a lot of the Haitians call themselves priests. Because it's in their spirit to call themselves that. You don't really hear too many other people calling themselves a priest. They're the main people that say that. They was the ones back in the ancient times, the tribe of Levi. They was actually doing those sacrifices in a righteous manner. They had the altars and different stuff like that. They weren't just running around just doing it for malicious intent. And then you have some people now, they be like, well, what about if you do it for a right reason or something like that? Well, when you read the scriptures, it say the Most High won't require a sacrifice. That's why Yahushua ended up losing his life for us, so he could be the ultimate sacrifice. That way we ain't got to go cut no chickens and no goats and all the other different stuff. And let me go down a little bit more. So I posted a little bit more stuff way down, but I ain't gonna go all the way down. But some people actually replied, and they seen this stuff. Yeah, the one guy say facts, and one guy he deleted his comment. Though I guess he realized that what he said he was going off, and he went and read and did his homework, so he done deleted it all. Now the one guy he was like, that story is way more deeper than that, and that ain't it. Like, well, I went on his channel, whatever. Of course, he ain't had no videos or none of that. If he's supposed to have this type of knowledge or wisdom or information or whatever you want to be able to share, somebody should be able to go to your channel and learn a little something. So I just basically put enlighten me then, since you know. Maybe you know something I don't. Because, hey, I don't know everything. I know everything according to these scriptures, though. But there's other information regarding history or different languages and different stuff like that that I don't know. So if a person knows something I don't know, hey, I ain't ashamed to say, well, enlighten me on it. Well, I was kind of being sarcastic too, because I know this nigga ain't know. Let me just go down some more. So recently this guy asked why God didn't restore the black community yet, since you think your God is correct and Yahweh is correct. And it's plain as day. I basically gave him the scriptures. I'm sure he'll wake up and see this, because this was 7 hours ago. Yeah, wake up and see this. I basically read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 6, which I'm going to. Said that explains what happened when we carried ourselves the right way. And I had a little typo on it. It says, and what happened when we started going off. Now the times we're approaching are the so-called restoring of our people. And the reason why I say so-called, because majority of our people, they just want this place to get better and go back to the good old days, so to speak. They don't want to see this place crumble. They don't want to see the demise of this place, so we can get up out of here and live in a better manner. I put first start with the ones that's doing what this is saying in Hosea chapter 14, verse 1 through 9. And the main ones that's going to be doing that is the elect. That's how you know if a man could be a potential man of the elect. Because just by what they do, their actions, they ain't just speaking it. Because it's easy to speak it, but how you carry yourself on a day-to-day basis, not even just on camera, when the camera not rolling. And I says, hopefully, this give you the answer you're looking for, bro. Look at what's going on in society and read history. Every time a kingdom fell that was ruling over us, someone said we ended up back on top. So I feel your pain. I'm tired of seeing our people this low. And I know we're supposed to be way beyond this, and we are supposed to be beyond this. But this is all for learning purpose. So we'll know what happened when we go off, and we know what happened. Let me go back. And we know what happened once we get right, and continue to be right. Now, this is the blessings of obedience, because that's what the Most High want, man. It just wants you to be obedient. And it ain't like strenuous, or it's not like some type of punishment to be obedient. It's for our well-being. If you do certain stuff that was laid out for you, like you go get an instruction manual, and it teach you how to build an engine, and it tell you to put this part with this part, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna skip that part, and I'm gonna add these other parts first. Something gonna fuck up. So it's basically a instruction manual to live your life. I'm gonna just read on down. It says in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1, it says, and it shall come to pass, thou shalt hearken diligently to the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations on earth. And that's what's gonna happen again. Because it was times when we was ruling, when we was on high, when you read the stories about King David, Solomon, other different kings. When you read about Moses, you read about Joseph, different people like that, there was times when we was on high. And even if we was in a captivity, we still had some type of authority. Now, in verse 2 it says, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. That's why you see a lot of people too, like the area I'm in, even when I was down in Florida, the area I'm in up in Ohio, you go through these different cities and you see these stores. A lot of these stores are actually owned by our people. But what happened when people start going off and doing something they had no business? Them blessings get taken away. And I'm going to go down into that. Now, verse 6 it says, blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. But that's not the case, though, because now you have babies being born into poverty, born with ailments, born in broken homes. Now, verse 7 it says, the Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. Right now, our enemies ruling over us, whether people like it or not, but that's what it is. It says, they shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and all that thou settest thy hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy power hath given thee. The Lord shall establish thee a holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, that thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy power, and walk in his ways. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee. It says, and the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give to thee. It says, the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto the land, and to thy land in season, to bless all work of thine hand, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Right now, you gotta go borrow. You trying to get a house, you gotta go get that bank loan. You go get you a car, you gotta go get that, what you call it, you gotta go through some type of credit bureau, some shit like that, or you can go through the car dealership, so to speak. I can't think of the exact term for it, but it'll come to me if I think of it again. It says, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. Right now, we the tail. You got fucking Esau, the base man of the earth ruling over us. You got Moab, Ishmael, Elam, a.k.a. the cow shit throwers. You got these are people that's over us. It says that thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy power, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. And this right here, going into this going after another god, trying to serve them. And that's why a lot of people get jacked up, because they play around with this stuff. They think it's a game, but it ain't no game though. Now, the curses of disobedience. It says, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Curse shall be in the city, curse shall be in the field, curse shall be thy basket and thy store. And going back to that field thing, who was in the field the most? Now it says, curse shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Curse shall thou be when thou comest in, and curse shall thou be when thou goest out. You got some people, when they die, man, they don't even have no insurance for the funeral or nothing like that. Family members don't even have enough money for them to get buried properly. That's a curse, man. Verse 20 it says, the Lord shall send upon thee curse and vexation and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings whereby thou hast forsaken me. And how you forsake the Most High? By not acknowledging the commandments and keeping them. It says, the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. It says, the Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, with a fever, and with inflammation, and with extreme burning, and with a sword, and with blasting, and mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And all this stuff will happen, man. And a lot of people that go through different ailments, inflammation being one, burning being one, being consumed by these Edomites, them pursuing our people wherever we go at. That's why they don't want us to leave Babylon, aka America. Because we leave here, just say all our people just packed up. It's like, you know what, we're finna go somewhere else and try to reestablish ourselves. They're gonna pursue us. Now it says, and thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. And today, it's literally like that now, because you got Esau spraying chemtrails with all type of elements in it. Radium, iron, oxide in it. All type of stuff in there. The list goes on. I ain't gonna go down the whole list. It says, the Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. And if you look at the sky, man, when they spraying them planes, that's what come out of them damn planes. Powder and dust. It says, from heaven it shall come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. I read on some more. It says, the Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. Let me take this out the chart real quick, so I won't get too hot and cut off on me. Now it says, shall go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed until all kingdoms of the earth. That's why our people everywhere. Got some of our people in Japan, some in Korea, North Korea, South Korea. Got people over in Thailand, Malaysia. People in Russia, people in, I think, some other areas. People in Australia, people in Ireland, Scotland, Great Britain area. Got people in London. People in Canada, South America, all these different areas. We've been scattered and removed into all kingdoms of the earth. It says, and thy carcass shall be meat unto the fowls of the air, unto the beasts of the earth. No man shall fray them away. The Lord shall smite thee with a botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, wherever thou canst not be healed. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And you look at a lot of our people, they actually go through this with madness. Their mind be gone blind, literally and spiritually. It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday, and the blind grope as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save thee. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Hey, you know that's going on heavy. They got a lot of entanglements going on. That's some wild shit. That shit shouldn't be going on like that. That was a shameful thing back then. It said, thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. A lot of people built a lot of these buildings and ain't even get to live in them. It says, thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. The ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given to thy enemies, thou shalt not have none to rescue them. Thy sons and daughters shall be given unto other people. And it's still going to this day. A lot of kids get put up for adoption. Some of them get shipped across fucking seas. This stuff's still going on. Man. It says, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand. Cause ain't no, I don't care how many fucking guns you got. Ain't no might in our hand right now. You gotta have all the arsenal you want, man. Esau want to come down on you for real. And if it's in the Most High will for them to actually do what they want to do with you, they'll get you. So you technically don't have no might in your hand. And I says, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. It says, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away. Always, I should say. It says, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with the sore bouts that cannot be healed. A lot of people go through that stuff like gout, arthritis, all type of other ailments and stuff in the knees and the legs. It says, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Going into this, that's why I posted this on this. It says, wood and stone, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. That's why these heathens, they call us all these different names. Oh, look at them niggas, look at them spicks. Look at them porch monkeys or jigaboos, whatever other nicknames they done fucking came up with. But now I see the team was turning. I seen this one video that was talking about the so-called Chinese people, which descend from Moab, that people been basically being racist towards them because of the little pandemic. People been attacking them, calling them different names and all type of stuff like that, and they had a hand in our captivity too. Now, I ain't gonna read on through this whole chapter because it go all the way down to verse 68. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, it breaks down why we in these conditions and what we should be doing so we don't be in these conditions. Now, the main thing that certain men gonna be doing, I'm gonna go to the book of Hosea, and I'm gonna just end this off of this. So in the book of Hosea chapter 14, verse 1, O Israel, return to the Lord thy power. How do you return to him? Repenting, cleaning up your ways, practicing the commandments. You can't keep them all perfectly, but you can practice them though. It don't hurt to practice. And he definitely rewards you for that. It says, for thou hast fallen by thine iniquity. Because that's how we feel. Just by wilding out, doing shit we weren't supposed to be doing. It says, take with you words and turn to the Lord, saying to him, take away all iniquity and receive us graciously, so we will render the calves of our lips. Assure shall not save us. We will not ride upon horses, neither will we say any more to the work of our hands, ye are our gods. For in thee the fatherless find mercy. Because you have a lot of people, they worship these statues, like you got, which I was basically talking about this stuff right here with the voodoo stuff. You got Santeria and Brujeria. They worship statues and shit. They worship wood. They'll build something and pray to it and make a whole altar for it instead of turning to the Most High. I'm going to go down some more. It says in verse 4, I will heal their backsliding, I will love them freely, for my anger is turned away from him. I will be as dew unto Israel. He shall grow as a lily, and cast forth his roots as Lebanon. His branches shall spread, and his beauty shall be as an olive tree, and his smell as Lebanon. They that dwell under his shadow shall return. They shall revive as corn, and grow as the vine. The scent thereof shall be as the wine of Lebanon. Ephraim shall say, what I have to do with any more idols? Or what have I to do any more with idols? I have heard him and observed him. I am like a green fir tree. From me is thy fruit found. And basically summing this up, it says, who is wise? And he shall understand these things. Prudent, and he shall know them. For the ways of the Lord are right, and the just shall walk in them, but the transgressors shall fall therein. So the ones that want to be right and is meant to be right, ultimately, they're going to understand these things. The ones that's not, they're not gonna get it. And I'm gonna pull this last precept just end this off. I know I said I was gonna end that with that. Let me go to this. Just to really sum it up all the way. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 39, verse 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. So if this not plain to you, I don't know if this guy gonna actually come double back and look at this video or not. But if he don't, it may be meant for somebody else to see. But if these ways not plain, we read these scriptures and you're like, damn, it's contradicting or it don't make sense. And it's not plain to you, you gotta question, like, are you the holy or are you the wicked? So Lord's willing, this is a better find. Call out y'all by Shem Yom Shah. Shalom to the left.